What up? This is Rap Hits, and so Tekashi might be headed back to jail. We're gonna have to see. He has court on Monday, April 21st. So this is the weekend right now at the time of this recording. So it's Friday, and then by Monday, 6ix9ine will be back in court to face the judge. And so no one is really sure what specifically this is about, but I do have some information. So look. What they are saying is it has to do with some multiple probation violations. He's still on Fed probation from the Treyway thing where he went to jail. So he's about to get off of that probation this November. But for now, he's still on that, and it looks like they're trying to jam him up because recently they just raided his home and found a thumper and it sounds like some substances. And they didn't arrest him. I did a video on it. I have the footage and everything. And so they didn't arrest him at that time, but they did take DNA samples to see if he was connected to the items that they seized. They said they didn't have enough evidence to take him in that day. So this is most likely what this is going to be about on Monday, because they're talking for sure it's about probation violations. And if his home just got raided and they took DNA, put two and two together, it's pretty clear to understand that this is about that raid and what they found. So now when he goes to court Monday, we're going to see if he is actually linked to the items they found. If he's linked to that thumper, he could be facing some serious time, like years. He could be getting like, with the feds, maybe 3 years or something. 3 to 5, I would guess. And then the substances, I don't really even know how much they found, but I guess they didn't take them in because there was probably other people in the home at the time. So, yeah, he is going to be facing the judge on Monday, and if it doesn't go his way, they're going to just keep him. They're going to keep him and take him in, and then he'll have to post bail and face those charges. And so, yeah, definitely they own him. They're trying to get him jammed up, before he's off a house. He just got off house arrest. See, that's the thing. They let him off house arrest. When he got raided, he was on house arrest. And so he did some time behind bars. It was like 45 days in the feds. And they said he was actually in the cell with Diddy. That's the word. And Tekashi was talking about it, too, when he did an interview with Academics. He said, yeah, he was in the cell with Diddy. And so he did 45 days. And the trick, I think, was to let him off on house arrest. I think that's what the feds was up to. They said, don't make him do the whole time. And the judge actually was behind, the main one that came up with this plan. They said, let him go home. Because they knew when he got home, they could raid his home if he's on house arrest. That made it, much easier to raid his home. There was less barriers to go through to get a warrant for his home search, for a home search. So I think that was the plan the whole time. So he was happy that he got, off pretty light, 45 days, then it was a couple months on house arrest. He was like, sweet. So he was like, yeah, let's do that. They let him off, they let him out of jail, and then took him, and then he went straight home on that monitor. And then before, the weekend before he got off that house arrest, they raided his home. And it was easy work for them. It wasn't nothing for them to get that authorization to raid his home, because when you on house arrest, there's just really no barriers for them to do a check on you. You know what I'm saying? It's up to them. It's like if he wasn't on house arrest, they would have had to have a lot of proof and, a lot of evidence to get a warrant, and it would have had to been a lot more specific. But with house arrest, yeah, they was able to just come through there, and that's what happened. So it looks like he got set up. You know what I'm saying? The judge backdoored him, basically. And so, yeah, they went up in there, and they found what they found. Like I said, it sounds like they found a thumper and some substances. Now, yeah, he could be facing some years for this. But yeah, we'll see what it do. I mean, I'll keep y'all updated. I mean, really, like I said, Tekashi just did an interview with Academics. He was still dissing Dirt all that. You know what I'm saying? He should have kept his mouth shut. He should have said less, because he was talking about Dirt and laughing at him being in jail. Now looks like Tekashi might be facing some jail again, because yeah, he was saying Dirt. What can he do? He has to go to bed at 9. You know what I'm saying? He lights out at 9. What, you know, like they're talking about his album sales. You know, that recent Dirk album, Deep Thoughts, and Tekashi was laughing at Dirk, talking about he got to go to bed at 9 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And he's in, you know, there's nothing he can do. He was really disrespecting Dirt for being in jail. So now it's like, looks like Dirk might get the last laugh on this one. You know what I'm saying? Plus, Tekashi, as soon as he got off house arrest, he released 2 new music videos. And so I checked them out. I thought it was going to be, you know what I'm saying, his Latin music again. That's why I was like, man, I wasn't even going to check it out at first, because he's been doing that whole, you know, what's that dude, Bad Bunny or something? He's been doing that vibe lately, where it's in a different language and I can't understand what he's saying. It's not really vibing with, you know. I guess there's a market for that, for Latin music and everything, but I wasn't feeling none of that. So, you know, I was expecting more like that, because he's been doing that for the last year or so, it seems like, or 2. It's like he got kicked out of rap. You might have heard my video. I was disrespecting him a little bit, talking about how, you know, saying he ain't got no place in the rap world no more, obviously, because the way he switched is like he got kicked out of rap. But the last 2 videos he dropped was actually rap songs again. I was surprised by that. Still not rocking with him. But, you know, it's kind of cool to see him get back to the rap, though, and everything, I guess, you know. I don't know who's checking for 6ix9ine like that, you know what I'm saying, rapping and all that, but he's still doing what it do, you know what I'm saying, and that's just what it is. So, look, let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and make sure you like the video. Let's get over 100 likes on this video. Make sure you subscribe and all that. I got links for you in the comment section. Make sure you follow Rap HITZ on all social media. That's about it, y'all. I'm out.